Hello guys, today I'll give a presentation about the system analysis of Factorio. Factorio is developed by Zack Studio Whoop Software, and it's a factory building sandbox game with a little bit survival elements. And the coolest thing I get from this game is it can everything could be done automatically in this game. So the design of automatic manufacturing is very cool, and it's a heavily logic based game, and it requires a good math and good knowledge of logistics. And it's also a great change to build a complex, huge system. It received a huge success during its early access stage. It sells like 200 million sales by 2020, and it's called a manufacturing masterpiece. Here's the core gameplay. You are an engineer, come to this alien planet, and your goal is to launch a rocket. And you can mine resources to design and build your factory to craft items, craft anything you want, or you can treat this game as a sandbox game to build whatever you want on this planet. So what's crazy in this game? If you look at this game at a distance, you'll find it's like a electronic circuit. You all think you are designing a CPU like logistics lines. Look at these belts. I think design this is very brain consuming. This is the wonderful thing I see from the internet. This is a called multi-in-one uniformized logistics system. It can filter and uniformize the 7 kinds of bottles and output a string, uniformized string. It also has a cache loop to avoid the belt stuck. Also very cool shape. And you can also make a translation in this game. So let's look at the macro system, the main game loop of this game. As a player, you are building your factories, and your factories will also accelerate your development. And you are also producing the pollution. And the pollution, if the pollution reaches the alien, it will make the alien angry. So if they are unhappy, they'll attack your buildings. And the pollution also makes the alien's mutation, and they'll get stronger and stronger. And you can also attack them. The alien is the only negative feedback in this game. If you eliminate them in all the map, you will have a free chance to expand your factory, unlimited. And let's look at a very simple macro system. Let's start with this iron plate production. This is very easy to understand. Here is a input belt and output belt. The arms pick up things into the stone furnace to produce the iron plate and put it on the output belt. And this is the basic graph of this system, of this small system unit. I think it can one belt can be shared by multiple iron plate stone furnace, so they work together. If there is too many products produced at one time, the output belt will get stuck. So you need to calculate them carefully, and the input stream as well. If there are unstable or insufficient resources coming, they will stop working because there is nothing to produce. So let's do optimization. We can add some chests, add 2 chests, one on the input path and another on the output path. So this one contains the coal and the iron ore. This one contains the product iron plate. So this guaranteeing that even if the input stream is insufficient or unstable, or the output belt is getting stuck, you can still make this stone furnace working because there are the 2 buffers here to maintain this system work. And but in this game we seldom do like this because it takes too much space. We often treat the whole multiple stone furnace system as a whole to make it stable. Not only just maintain one unit. This is too stupid. Yeah. So to be complex. I think from my perspective, Factorio is a coding game, but it's so fun. I think many coding skills can apply to Factorios, like decoupling and sealing means the black box and several features. They are the same. And the main gameplay can be summarized as we add some features to our factory, and if we are not satisfied with that, we can modify functions of the factory. If the factory works bad, we can debug, we can find a problem and fix it. And the boundary of this system. So we can see from this picture, this is my game. I have like several regions producing different things. The boundary I think in here is visually the reserved space between the regions. I reserve the space because in the future I may expand the systems for some space here. And I think functionally, the input and output belt and the region's purpose are their boundaries. Let's look at more complex things. The black box. It is a subsystem of this Factorio. So a black box is a pre-designed individual assembly system producing a specific type of product or a combination of several types of products stably, and usually has a quantified input or output rate marked by its author. Let's see an example. Here is the green bottle black box. Here is the bottle output, and it produces the green bottles. The green bottles is for researching some technologies. And here are two input streams, the copper plate and the iron plate. Here is its recipe. If we want to produce a green bottle, we require one transport belt and one inserter, and they require some different thing, and it's a chain. So we need to produce one by one to produce the final result. So here is like different numbers of assembly machine, a good proportion, guaranteeing that no redundant intermediate products remains in this system, so it works fine. We can draw a system graph here. It's very clear, and here's the input and here's the output. And some black box also has a defense system to protect it from aliens attack, and a power system. Yeah, so if we go further, we'll have a research system. Here's a research black box. Here in the red box, here is the research region. So these labs are researching new technologies by using the green bottles and red bottles and gray bottles. So the bottles is for researching, and this black box, the purpose of it is to research technologies. And it requires like many types of the resources. Inputs are very neat here, and the place of the input is perfect because it's at a corner. And if we want to use this black box in our factory, it's very easy to find a place to put it, and it's beautiful, right? So a good black box must have a good shape and compact and resilient, and has a few types of input and a clear single purpose. And there is no redundant products remains in this system after production. So we can draw a picture of the research system. Here's like several black box, iron plate black box, and also the green bottle black box we discussed before. So it acts as a subsystem of the research system. And after we successfully build one factory, we want to go further. Like we want a totally new function of the factory. We want to a military factory. We can build one factory like this. You can find another open space in this planet and start your new factory. Or if you want to win, you need a rocket factory. But all these factories require the materials and the powers from your old factory, right? You are standing on your old supply of materials and powers. And this one is your old general factory, produce anything you have, and it's messy. Usually it's messy. So you want to some other clear and neat factory to has their own purpose. And like the military factory, it produces the defense items, defense weapons for other systems to protect them. And the rocket factory is for wing. And the research system is, like we discussed before, it acts as a subsystem in this huge factory. So it produces the technology for other systems to upgrade their components. Yeah, so here is very like every step of this system hierarchy. Starting with black box, the green bottle black box, and into research system. And the research system functions as a subsystem in your whole factory. So I think this game is very good example of hierarchical system design, and it's quite interesting if you develop more further and further. And I only play this game for like 20 hours, and I only is entry level. I hope you love this game if you have a chance to play it. It's wonderful. Yeah, thank you. That's my presentation. Thank you.